more monopolistic. Government's left. There's only going to be two who are spending millions of dollars lobbying government. You know, in Asia, there's a 100% drop rate. 0%. Nothing. And our upload speeds are by more movies and videos and games. Zero, 3, 13. Oh, okay, maybe 8, 12, 4. Maybe I'm getting a little bit better because I'm in 2, 0. Companies are going around trying to shut down all the other internet providers and build regulation that are. And you know, in a time back then, still image cut other people off. Well, on that idle cam, it sucks. It's fuzzy. It doesn't play back well. I made a mistake in getting those cameras. So I got my from 170 to 120. Those are the only two choices I have, but the poles are turning into C-shapes. The vertical lines, interesting design idea. Kind of have a C-shaped wall, so think about doing that. 1 frame per second. Ooh boy, we're firing up. That's a really powerful data plan we have there. Possibly put in here or in my MoFi and hook my MoFi. Hope for the best at it. Bike cap. When I exceed that, then they will. I may find my internet speeds are slow or non-existent. Hey, it's and it'll drop to non-existent. 1 frame per second. There you go, non-existent, 0 frames per second. Bring it back to the speed of the network providers. 0 kilobytes per 1711 kilobytes per second. Oh, there's something. I'm broadcasting now. Hey, if you're tuning in and can see and hear me, I'm kvetching about my internet speed. Oh, it just dropped to nothing. They must have heard me. Ha ha ha. Oh, 14 frames per second. I'm coming out of the city. 19 frames. 32. Wow. Like the most flaming neighborhood I've ever seen. It's been for miles. But people are trying to dial 911 in Briarcliff with no cell phone. It's right in here, right up on this hillside. Actually, it's been less lately, and I think part of the reason is because they built these big motels and things up on the hillside. And maybe that's had something to do with it, because they're like, well, we need to figure out our reception here, because we got business people that want to get on the internet, want to make cell phone calls. Ooh, 21 frames per second. Wow. 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 These cameras are great, but they don't auto gyro. Like, they don't detect if they're being held upside down and flip. So you have to go in the menu setting and flip it manually. And I have both of them on flipped mode, which means they're both hanging from my windshield upside down. And I'm happy with the 120 degree view on the front one. I kind of wish that, like the X1000s, which they don't make anymore, they now have the FDR X3000s. And the choices on those are more sensible. They have super wide, regular, I guess, and narrow. But these only have two choices, 170 degree and 120 degree. But they're pretty good quality, and they shoot well in low light. For tiny little cameras, which I'm sure they have tiny little sensors, the stabilization on these is not so great. The X3000 is supposed to go or whatever. Sony is, I don't talk about a monopoly. Me wrong story, but they derive from hotels. They demand to have a decent access to data. Fragile, and they don't really look that great. I think it has to be at least 2 or 3. So we need to drive it so we can get the kids to school. It's like that. Even